Hey guys, Bambino here, and I've got X-Plane 11, 11.20, the VR version, the first public beta. I was involved with a private beta, couldn't talk about it, but really happy now that I'm able to share this with you. What a really cool thing Laminar's done here. I'm really impressed with the visuals. Let me just say, I mean, there's room to improve, but this is their first release of VR, and they really, I think they've hit the ball out of the park. So that said, let me show you what I've got here. So we're in the hangar here. It's this really huge airplane hangar. You got all kinds of planes around here, and it's really nice. Maybe someday you'll be able to select your planes in here. I'm not sure, but it's very cool looking. But all the business is right here on the whiteboard. And basically, what you're going to do is we're going to go into flight configuration. Okay, so here, let me just show you how I've got my graphics set up. So you've got the mouse use. There's your mouse, and I'll show you the menu in a second. You can use both mouses, but I'm really only using one. But I've got medium visual quality, texture quality medium, anti-aliasing at 4x, objects at low and minimal reflection. This is where I've been able to get the best results. You're going to have to tweak this depending on where you are in the map. The whole idea is you want to get 45 frames per second so that it can be upscaled to 90 for the your virtual reality headset. But I'm going to be flying in Las Vegas, and this seems to be the optimal for that with the Cessna. So pretty much that's pretty much it. And basically what you do is once you get into the system, you hit enable VR hardware, and you get right into it. So let's do that. We're going to done here, and we're just going to resume our flight. You see right now we're on top of the plane, but let me just show you what we can do here. We can teleport around here, and now there's our plane, and it looks like true to scale. Like it's unbelievable. It really looks like the size of an airplane. It's really cool. So being able to do, like, inspections and stuff like that. Still working on my teleporting. There we go. So I can teleport into the plane, which is what I'm doing now, and I'm in the cockpit. Now what I do here is I set up a 3D reset view on one of my buttons so I can move my head back and get myself square, very similar to flying inside. And then on the hat switch on my yoke, I've got it set to up, down, left, right, so I can get myself centered, or if I want to go over here on the left, I can look over there, or the right, I should say, I'll look over there. I can even go outside the plane if I want to. Okay, so that's similar. I got that set up similar to fly inside, which is a nice add. They added that late in the beta. So now I can use the touch controller. First thing is I hit the menu button here, and up comes a bunch of menus. Flight config, pause, replay, views, advanced menu, and get in pilot seat. Okay, so there's a number of functions that you can do with this, and we're going to go into this more in detail as we go along. I just wanted to do a quick first view. So I can tell you that I've got my Oculus set at 1.7 super sampling, and with the settings I showed you before, I can read everything on the dash, on the instrument panel. I mean, some of the smaller text is a little bit more difficult to read, but it's pretty legible. And if you could see here, I'm going to switch to my monitor view, and you can see I'm getting, up in the left-hand corner, I'm getting 43, 44, 45 frames per second, which is really where you need to be for VR. What you're looking at now is a single eye view. This is actually an Oculus mirror view right here. Okay, so that's there's the menu. The touch controllers work very well. As I said, everything is very legible, and I will tell you that even though the graphics are set at medium, the visuals are better than fly inside. I mean, it's much clearer. I could see things clear. Now, I'm not using any ortho here. This is all straight scenery, no add-ons. This is a vanilla system that I use for beta, and it's very smooth. And I mean, the movement of the touch controller is smooth. When I move my head, there's no judder. Okay, so it's, I'm very impressed with what they've done here. Now, if you do scale it up in the graphics, especially in the texture and objects, you will start to introduce judder. So I recommend keeping your settings low, and I'm sure as time goes by, they're going to optimize things and we'll be able to get higher res. I will tell you that when I first started, I put everything to the max and it was like unflyable. But I could see everything really well. It was crystal clear. But this is clear enough to read and clear enough to fly. So what I'm going to do here is I just want to take off. Well, let me first show you the use of the touch controller. So you can't have the menu up. So there's my X-Pad. Okay, now there's a little problem with I'm having a little problem with the map, but that's the X-Pad. You can put the X-Pad right there. right on the yoke like that, which is cool. You can put it in front of you. Haven't figured out how to make the yokes disappear, but here I can grab the throttle. Okay, and I can manipulate the throttle control. Okay, I like to do that with my yoke. I can grab the yoke. Now the yoke movement is different. You would think that you would grab it and move your hand up and down, but that's not how it works. You grab it and you twist your hand. I'm twisting my wrist, and that moves it left, that banks it, and then I tilt my wrist back and forth, and that changes the pitch of the plane. I'm not wild about that. I really think it would be better if you could grab the yoke and move your hand up and down like this to manipulate the yoke. But I'm not going to be flying that way anyway. But I will tell you that I tried testing this with a couple of patterns, and it was kind of squirrely to fly that way. So, all right, so I can grab my heading bug here, and I think I can just turn it. I grab it like this, and I can, if I click the outer edge of that heading bug, you can see that there. I can just turn it and look at the heading bug move. I'm just turning my wrist, that's a cool movement, okay? Or if I want to take the altimeter, I could just turn my wrist and change that, okay? I can press buttons here, so if I want to look at my flight plan on the PFD, I can do that. Now, there is a little bit of an issue, because if you've got to grab something that's behind your physical yoke, you can't get to it. So I've asked Laminar to take a look at allowing the use of the mouse. They're thinking about maybe letting you use a laser pointer in the cockpit, but you can see there's switches back there that I won't be able to get to if I have a desk or a physical device in front of it. So that's a bit of a issue that I think they need to be worked out. But I can grab my flaps there, and everything's working good. I don't think I can grab these. I don't think I could turn that on, but it's similar to what you saw in Flying Side. But I will tell you that I think you have got better control. Like I said, if you grab this heading, and it's got very finite movement, and I can feel the feedback in the touch controller as you do it. So I'm pretty impressed with that. I think they did a really nice job of the feedback and the granularity. I would like to see something in some VR preferences that would allow you to modify that sensitivity, especially when it comes to controlling the yoke, to modify the sensitivity. I think you're going to need that type of thing. But other than that, I mean, it works flawlessly. I can put it through the windshield too. See that? Anyway, I guess I could open a door with it. Let's just see if I can open a door with it. Yep, I can open a door with it. So yeah, so that's the basic use of the touch control. And the map, now the XPad is only map only, doesn't have external windows. There are some applications that you can get that I haven't tested yet that allows you to bring in external windows into the VR environment, but I'm going to be testing that, and hopefully that'll work out well. But let's go for a little test flight here. I'm going to put my touch controller down, and we're going to take this for a quick little cruise through Las Vegas. Let's do it. Revved up there. I can feel everything. I'm in good shape now. If I want to move up, I just move my hat switch, or if I want to sit down or like that, it's very comfortable to do. And let's get going. I will tell you, things are even at medium levels in texture and visual, it still looks crisper than Flying Side. There's no doubt about it. And this is with standard scenery, and I haven't upgraded the runways or anything like that. So here we go. Let's take off. And that's just a smooth movement. No judder. Just really, really smooth. And it just seems like an expansive view. Like, I can't describe it, but it's different than what I'm used to using the other VR system. I feel like I have a broader field of view, even though I'm limited to the 110 of the headset. I feel like I'm seeing more. So they did a really good job with that. I'm going to fly through. I'm going to make a turn here now. And, we have a lot of auto-gen around here. We're still running 45 frames per second. You are when you're not getting any judder. And I'm just looking around here, panning around. Everything's moving smooth on the dash. I can read everything very well. Trees look really cool. Ground looks very cool. The buildings, I can see the definition in the corners, where previously in Flying Side it would be a little bit fuzzy. And we're just going to fly over top of these these buildings here to give you a sense of what it's like here. Now again, I'm looking through the you have the windshield on the G1000. That's the 172 with the G1000 here, so you're going to get a little bit of haze from that. But if I stick my head out the window here, it's clear. Let me see if I can do that over here. Yep. Actually, why don't we go outside the plane? I think I could do that for you. Okay, I'm gonna go outside the plane. Now there's a nice view. Now I don't have the ability. Oh, I can move like that. There you go. I'm using my hat switch to move things. It would be nice if I had the ability to move the mouse, but I don't. But we'll get around that. We'll have to figure out a way around that. But everything looking very crisp. And as I said, it's much more defined. All right, so that's a quick run over the city of Las Vegas, or the Strip, I should say. And I'm just going to get my view set up here. Very smooth. Wow, they did a great job. I'll tell you, it's very similar to Airfly in visual. The scenic quality obviously is not as good, but because it's standard, the standard X-plane scenery. But I'm sure once you get ortho going and stuff like that, it'll look pretty damn good. All right, so we're gonna land here. Let me slow my plane down here. I do get a little spots of judder every once in a while. But I feel like I have very, very good visual, more so than flying side. Like I said, I can see things further. I can make things out a little bit better in the distance. Now, the one thing that is missing is I was always used to having the mouse in flying side, so I could zoom in on the view, the forward view, and see things in the distance. We're really going to have some capability to do that in VR, because even though the visuals are better, you still need to see out a little bit further. So let's see if we can put this Cessna down here. Everything moving very smooth. Feels like true to life. A little bit of judder here and there, but you get that with most VR systems. But I'm very impressed. Definitely room for improvement. And I'm going to do a pros and cons video, or a pluses and minus video, something like that, at some point. But I just wanted to give you this first look. And like I said, that was a nice landing there. Very impressed. Very impressed. It'll be interesting to see what it's like when I start to roll it out with some plugins and stuff. But I'm still keeping this in beta. And again, I just want to give you that quick first look, because I know a lot of people were interested. And this is X-Plane 11's native VR 11.20 public beta release. Glad you guys had a chance to check it out. Hit the like button if you like what you saw. Don't forget to subscribe to Bambino Games for more virtual reality and as I should say, in X-Plane native VR. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.